Hello, hello, and welcome. This is going to be part 4. I can't believe it's already part 4, but here we are. Today we're going to be going to Zanarkand, and if you all remember from playing Final Fantasy X, which I hope you did, of course, Zanarkand is where Titus is from, and this is probably the most important part, or I should say location in the game, considering this is where you fight the last boss.
This is where we sat that night, the 7 of us. I've never talked about it. I wanted to keep that feeling, this place, within me forever. Now look at it. A tourist attraction.
Whose idea was that?
Alright, so unfortunately a lot of things have changed since the first game and this game, as we can quickly see. Now this area is more of a tourist attraction, so there's going to be a lot of just random people here trying to relive the experiences of the main characters in the first game. So yeah, we're going to be finding another sphere in this area, and we're going to meet a lot of old characters from the first game.
Yuna, you've changed so much I hardly recognize you. Remember me?
Of course, remember you,
It's
Isaru.
good to see you again, Isaru.
I'm honored that you remember me.
Why are you here?
Ah, yes. I've been helping Sid with his work.
Don't look at me.
I guide people through Zanarkand, once the most sacred of places. People come from all over Spira, sphere hunters too.
Oh,
Ugh, what the heck is Pop thinking?
I can see this is upsetting you. But this is a place of great historical importance for all of Spira.
I know, but still. I never wanted anyone else to stand there.
Yuna?
Nothing. Forget it.
If you say so. Ah, I must be getting to work now. Please, take care, Yuna.
Alright, so from here, we're just going to be going into the ruins. So this part's going to be just a lot of, grinding and stuff. So I edited most of that out. But I'm going to be leaving in a few key monster battles, so that way you guys have an idea of what you're going to be facing, because there are some enemies that are kind of difficult.
Taro, Hana, you ready? What was the clue again? Come on, it's key. All right, let's head out. Yes, sir.
So luckily for anyone who is kind of low on items, you can go ahead and just talk to this lady, and she will sell you, healing items, some other accessories if that's something you might need or you feel that you need. But other than that, yeah, just go ahead and walk inside of the ruins once you're done with that.
Which way? That way. Yes.
So from here, you just follow this pathway around. There's going to be a couple of battles like I mentioned before. So you're going to want to be prepared for those. This being one of the key ones here in the first phase of the game. So basically, the reason I'm keeping this in is this beast, for whatever reason, likes to attack a lot and do a lot of damage. So you're going to really want to keep your health up. You're really going to want to be spamming like any type of high damaging abilities that you have. Power breaks, Hopefully you get good rolls on your fire attacks if you're using a Festivalist. And kind of, I mean, Riku's not that strong when she's a thief, so you want to kind of use her as a support character in this part. At least that's what I did. So you can do this one of two ways: either focus down the Ice Elemental, hit it with some fire attacks, or focus down the beast as fast as possible, because like you just saw, Yuna already died. It's gonna make this, more and more difficult. So luckily, I was able to defeat the beast quickly in this battle, and then turn my focus on the Ice Elemental. I mean, do it however way you want. Just be careful on this section for sure, because you can quickly get a game over right here.
Do you remember?
Your posse.
All
You
these people
remember
want you to
me.
remember who they are. It's the how famous Yuna is. Everyone loves Yuna. I mean, clearly because they all know who she is and how she helped defeat Sin and her holy pilgrimage that she went on in the first game. So now that she's, just a sphere hunter and kind of doing her own thing, she kind of gets to use that sort of to her advantage. People tend to be a lot nicer, or more willing to give information or give you items and yada yada yada. So it's kind of important to talk to a lot of people throughout this game that I've noticed, at least. There's some good bits of information you might be able to get. There might be some extra items you might acquire, even garment grids and stuff like that. So as long as you're doing things correctly and speaking to as many people as possible, like you should do in any RPG really, it's really to your benefit.
Kindergartians, move out. See you, Lady Yuna.
These kids are like 5 and 6, but they have no fear at all. It's
15 gil
pretty cool.
for a clue.
Come in. Oh, hey, I wanted to double check that clue. It's Mon, right? Nah, it's just that I heard some kids saying it was key. Yeah, I figured it was Mon. Over and out.
The clues are Key and Mon.
Key and Mon. I wonder
What?
what the password could be. Perhaps
Kimon?
monkey.
Monkey.
There you go, Riku. But if they weren't already alluding to it anyway, right? Anyway, so there's a couple of mandatory battles that occur on this next portion, but they're really, really easy. Basically, all I'm doing is just spamming attack, and they just die. So, no real effort is going into this at all. So there's that chest right there that you can grab. So you should keep your eye out for, items here and there that you can pick up. Sometimes there's little hidden pathways, some parts where you can jump down. I don't believe I found any in this particular level, but I'm going to be looking out for them, and I will trying to remember to put them in the videos so that you guys can see where they are when you're going through the levels yourselves. If you do find anything else, you could always post something in the comments that I didn't see, so you could share it with the others. That would be awesome. Thank you. If you follow this path up, just open the chest, and then if you go through this next area, you see these enemies here. This is going to be the next mandatory battle that you have to take a part of. So some of you Final Fantasy X experts will recognize this area as being the entrance for the Cloister of Trials. So from here, I just, we're trying to talk to some of the people around here really quickly to see if there was any items, things like that I could pick up, any specific information. I mean, they give you that password for monk key, right? But I don't recall ever having to use it for anything in this part. So there might be something else later on in the game. You might need to keep it in mind that you might have to come back here and use it. But as of right now, there really isn't anything that you need it for. So just continue on. Eventually you'll see some more cutscenes. There will be a treasure room just before you get to the ending. Yes, this bringing me back. One of the old puzzle rooms that you had to progress through as a part of the Cloister of Trials in Final Fantasy X. But thankfully, we've already all cleared that, so there's no need to go through that whole thing again. Basically, this is just a giant straight-up pathway to get towards the end and to find the next sphere. Look at these kids. So happy they got themselves a couple of potions to be young again. Anyway, again, all you have to do as I dirtle around in this party, all you have to do is just walk into the middle area. But as usual, I'm checking everything out. As you can see, that's kind of unnecessary. You can see this little clip here with the monkeys. Cute little monkeys falling in love. Oh, it's beautiful. But anyway, so I'll eventually make my way down here into the middle part. We'll see the next section. So when you come down here, I would recommend saving, as there will be a boss fight coming up here, not immediately, but in a little bit. First here we have a little scene with Sid.
Welcome. Hello. Come to buy a clue from Uncle Sid, have you?
Fridina Widragek!
Huh?
Turning this place into a gift shop? Hello?
What, you got a bone to pick?
It's funny, I don't remember Sid sounding like a hick. But, throw it back at him and it's like, you bet I do.
Well,
Because you gotta give him a piece of your mind. This is a holy place. He has no right to come in here and just monopolize this and monetize
It's like
their
us turning the ruins of home into a theme park.
turmoils and their adventures
Huh?
into a
See
profiteering
the point.
scheme.
Yeah.
So perhaps he had seen the error of his ways. As you can see right there, I do not know how to walk. I don't know why I'm playing this game. I can't even walk right. It's terrible. But yeah, so here's the treasure room. I would imagine just going ahead and taking all of these items is perfectly fine. They did say that the monkeys might try and pickpocket you, and I don't know if that little sound of the coins is that. I didn't notice me losing any money or anything like that. There wasn't a prompt saying, hey, they stole your money. But, oh, I think he did it again. So, think of it as a little donation to these lost poor monkeys. No big deal. So anyway, once you pick up these items, just go up the stairs, and the next scene will begin.
"2 years ago, we cast off our beliefs here. Our false hope.
Oh no, an ominous and evil voice. I wonder, who will it be?
You have done well to make it this far, Sphere Hunters. But you will not have the treasure you seek so easily.
So we fight.
If
Yellow
you want
Pain.
the
All she wants to
treasure,
do is
you
just
must
fight. That's her
speak
first
the
inclination.
password.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not work this out. Let's just fight.
The clues?
Oh, I know. The password is monkey.
Oh, got him.
Yes, good. Okay, so now tell me, what is the meaning of life?
Meaning of life. Motherfucker.
What?
Call him out. Call him out. You know it's Isaru. That's right.
Isaru?
Hey, that sort of does sound like Isaru.
Is that your final answer?
The jig is up. Show yourself, Isaru.
Isaru, I choose you.
What are you doing?
My job. I bring excitement to those who've come to see this.
How the mighty have fallen, man. This guy used to be a summoner in the first game. This guy was a powerful summoner who tried to defeat Sin, and now he's over
I
here
see.
trying to trick kids, and
I must apologize for the quiz.
man, it's
Here's
this game.
something for your trouble.
It's more depressing than you might think, you know. Anyway, we get ourselves a new garment grid for answering
Okay,
correctly,
thanks for coming.
which is pretty cool. It gives everyone
And
access to
remember,
Cure
the
if you
ruins of
equip it.
Zanarkand
So that's actually
will
pretty
be
useful.
waiting.
Especially when you're not in a class that has Cure and then you don't want to switch into White Mage all the time. So you can take advantage of that if you'd like. I equip to it because I really like having the option there. But there's eventually going to be other garment grids that are a lot better for you. But it's a good place to start.
The sphere oscillo finder picked up a signal. There should still be a sphere nearby.
Oh.
Right.
Alright,
Okay, let's try
so
this again.
our journey isn't over. We still haven't gotten the dress sphere, so go ahead and just take these stairs behind you. And we're going to reach the little dungeon area that's hidden in the back. So here's another one of the enemies that you're going to be watching out for, the Behemoth. This guy can do a lot of damage to you if you're not careful. So be prepared, use Power Break, try and get some elemental attacks off. I mean, Festivalist, it really helps this game, especially in beginning portions, to deal with a lot of the stronger enemies. So just keep on pressing on and you'll eventually take this guy down. Alright, so again I went ahead and cut towards the end because this dungeon is very straightforward again.
We're not alone.
But there is this boss that you have to take care of. This
How
old
about
dragon.
its ass?
Another thing I mean, if you're a Final Fantasy aficionado, you know to do this. The benefit of having a thief in the beginning of the game is that you can steal, so I would definitely advise stealing from the bosses that you encounter in this game, and sometimes some of the enemies, just the tougher enemies, because they'll drop some defensive items that are really useful. So definitely make sure to take advantage of that while you can. So once you do steal the item, I would say switching away from the thief tends to be pretty good, unless you're just okay with spamming attacks, because she is pretty fast, and she will get some very beneficial abilities later on in the game. So I just went ahead and switched her to White Mage, since Yuna was down on health, and she wasn't doing as much damage as the other two. So yeah, it's kind of funny how in this game she's more suited to be the kind of support slot, because Yuna's Festivalist abilities are just so much better when you're just talking about raw damage at the beginning of the game.
White magic goodness.
And of course, you can go through, this game if you find it to be too easy to be using the Festivalist, and you do take the time to grind a lot of levels. Going ahead and not using it, it just might be better for you. You just might feel that is more advantageous, and you want to try to use some of the other classes, because there are a lot of other interesting classes, and that is another one of the benefits, like I said, to this version of the game, is that there are other dress spheres that you will get eventually later on that weren't in the original. So, I mean, try out anything. It's always your preference. This is just what I decided was the best for me at the time.
Chin up, eyes forward.
Another thing that you probably noticed while playing through this game is that if you have a command selected, like a support command, as the battle is about to end, it still goes off, which is really, really cool, especially if you have someone who was just killed and you're trying to use the Phoenix down or revive them, because they don't get experience if they're dead. So having that little extra feature really is an improvement over some of the other games, I feel, where you might just get underleveled because you lost to a boss and you're not able to revive at all, for a good little while for whatever reason. And there are some situations like that you'll run into. So yeah, so here we are. We get the next quote-unquote sphere, considering it is broken. We'll eventually get the other half of that through some of the other missions and side missions, which hopefully I'm going to be going over sooner than later. I'll be going over some of the side area missions, just as extra videos and stuff for those who are interested in trying those out. Alright, so we're about to get this cutscene right here, and we're going to be going to Kilika Island, and that's going to be the setting for the next episode. So thanks again for watching. You can enjoy the last bit of this video. But yeah, so if you have anything that you want to say, please leave a comment. If there's anything that I missed, like I said, go ahead and put that in there so that other people might be able to find that. And again, I'll try to be more detailed in the next episodes and from here on out if there is anything important. But until next time, don't forget, let's party, party. Alright, thanks again. See you in the next one. Goodbye.